This arguably is my favorite site in China. And I think this is one of the few sites in China that does an exceptional job. It's called Ctrip. This is the logo. It's basically, a provider of travel services, including accommodation, reservation, transportation, ticketing. So it's equivalent to your Western, Expedia, Cheapo Air, etc., etc. See here you've got the flights, the hotels, trains, and it even shows you things to do. So for instance, because here they have like the high-speed train in China. So I just clicked on the trains, tab to check it out. So okay, now it loaded and I'm in the train section. So let's say I'm going from Shanghai to Beijing and let's say I want to travel, I don't know, let's say on Friday, let's search. Let's see what we get. So see here you have the departure time, the arrival time, etc., the station. So like basically this is second class and it costs 553 kwai. CNY is the Chinese currency. If I take first class, obviously it'll be more expensive and you have the business class, etc., etc. So it starts from, early in the morning and you can, 8, 9 morning. And what's interesting about the trains is they've got a huge schedule. Unlike flights, you could practically get a train every half an hour to an hour, which is crazy. You've got all the way from morning, you see now we're in the afternoon, all the way till, nighttime. I just clicked on the things to do tab and now we're there. So, it tells you, so they have all these different types of tour. Let's say you wanted to go to the Great Wall or, Shanghai, Disney or whatever. And then it shows you the popular destinations, which is basically Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, obviously Seoul, the capital in South Korea, Singapore, Phuket, the island in Thailand, whatever, Tokyo, obviously. So, pick your, you can choose what you want. And here there are different letters that take you to the different cities, So you can choose a specific, location that you actually want to go to. And as you can see that they're the leading travel agent, they have the biggest network, and this actually isn't like a marketing gimmick, it's actually very true. And I compared it with many different sites, and hands down, Ctrip is the best. Okay, guys, no review would be complete without actually showing you the famous Baidu site. Baidu site is actually arguably the most, used website, in China. Why? Because it's a search engine. It's the official search engine. It's equivalent to Google in America. And everyone uses this service, to search for things, and they actually use their map as well. So let's search for something. Let's say, I don't know, bats. Even, I don't know why I came up with that specific topic, but there you go. So again, it's like your typical search engine. You type in bats, and it provides you with a number of different searches, from links to sites, videos, pics, whatever, and then you get to choose. And here are the page numbers: page 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. All right, here's the Baidu map. I entered it, just to compare it to Google Maps, and it's practically, pretty much the same thing. So here's, your profile, your messaging, the lights, you know, signals, all that kind of interesting stuff. And the thing is, which I don't like about Baidu is it's only in Chinese. There's no English version. Like, I get it. It makes sense that, we live in China, so most sites are going to be in Chinese, and they're not going to be bothered to translate it to other languages, and their main target audience is the Chinese individuals. But when it comes to a very important service, like, the main search engine of a country, it would make sense to have in at least two or three other languages. Okay, so let's search. Let's say, let's see if we can search in English. So let's say Wanda Plaza. All right, see, so there you got English and Chinese. And then let's say I want to go to, I don't know, uh, let's say, what locations do we have here? let's say this, randomly, Shanghai Park, if that even exists, or so let's say Shanghai Museum. Let's see if that information is even put in there. See, this is the problem. You don't really, if you're a, foreigner, good luck trying to use anything. Alright, I just put a random location, which I don't know what I did, but what location I actually chose, but there you go. It tells you this is your starting point, Wanda Plaza, which buses to take, etc., the routes, and then here it shows you, the distance it's going to actually take you to get to that location. And then you can see here that it's, actually let me zoom in so you get a better idea. Alright, let me scroll down. Alright, see over here, if I zoom in a bit, see it tells you 1539, the bus that you're going to be taking, G1306, it's quite convenient, but then again, as a foreigner, you're going to run into many problems. Baidu is actually a fairly sophisticated site. I think it's a very good search engine. There are so many options. I mean, look at all these apps. You go, you scroll down, you literally can get everything. Like this is, for restaurant, where to eat. This icon here is for music. This is for the map. Like this one, if you click on it, it actually directs you to the map to where we were before, map.baidu, etc. So, and you've got, review sites and many other sites which I don't really know what they are because I don't know Chinese. So that's the thing, you'll have to discover. You have to start, playing around with things, clicking them to be able to understand what they are. But you can see that it's really well put out, it's really organized, there's a lot of information. It's not your average website, and it's actually a pretty good search engine from what I can see. Because I've been playing around with it, and I'm impressed, to be honest.